entire planet. Helios was the one that could do that. Well, at any rate, Paul McCready was just a huge force of nature in the aeronautical world and a speaker at TED, a regular TED attendee. And I met Paul when I got a grant from the Lindbergh Foundation. Charles and Ann Morrow Lindbergh have a grant that they give to scientists who are trying to strike a balance between technology and natural systems. And so I got a grant from them, and at the grant-giving ceremony, I met Paul, and we hit it off, and Paul said, you know, you should talk to the TED group. And that was in 2003. So then I really didn't know much about TED at all. I mean, not many people did it in 2003 because it was purposefully exclusive. It was purposefully closed door. And the year that I spoke was the year that Chris Anderson took it over from Saul Wurman. Saul was the originator of TED, and his is battling on. It's boring.
No, you're great.
Should I keep talking?
Yes, please.
Okay?
Yes, please do.
Okay. So Saul wanted TED to just be an exclusive dinner party for wealthy people. For him. And then when Chris Anderson took off, came from the publishing world and also had missionary parents, and Chris has a very different vision of what TED could be. And Chris really started to steer it into philanthropic areas. And he said, you know, TED makes a lot of money. Of course, you have to pay a lot of money to go. And he said, and I want to give away $1 million that we've made from the conference to 3 causes. This was in 2004. And he said, fresh water, AIDS research, and the ocean. And then he asked me for my advice as to where to give money for the ocean. And I think that's where then I got involved in the Brain Trust for the conference. And that's been exciting because I've seen the conference grow and the creation of the TED Prize and the TED Open Translation Project. Have you guys played with that at all?
This is the subtitles, yeah.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Christian, have you looked at the TED Open Translation?
We have,
project?
Yes, we have. We haven't discussed in real detail just because obviously we have the benefit of our own spoken language being central. But a number of the students have started looking at the transcripts and become aware of how that's being used in terms of translation.
Yeah, my niece is Turkish, and I had her translate my talk into Turkish. So it's pretty fun because anybody who wants to translate a talk can put forth their effort, and it's amazing. It's kind of like this Rosetta Stone effect because you can pull up the talk, which is in English, and then the subtitles can be in something like, 80 different languages, and then the interactive transcript can be in yet another language.
Wow.
So I love that. You can have 3 different languages working at the same time that are all linked, and you can just click on the script and see, oh, that's what that language looks like written in Chinese, or, it's pretty cool. But anyway, so just getting back to TED and the Brain Trust, so I've just seen the conference become more and more powerful in its philanthropic endeavors, and it's really actually knocked the socks off Chris Anderson's wildest imagination. He had this whole experiment with TEDx.
We lost you right after you said it kind of blew the socks off of Chris philanthropically, and then it cut off.
Oh, yeah, and then this launching of the TEDx project, he had no idea in his wildest imagination that it would blossom into 300-plus mini TEDs happening all over the world. And, it just goes to show if you give power to the user and correct guidance that you can just, you can cover the globe. You can tap into the best and brightest that humanity has to offer. So I think TED has really struck on something quite magical.
So what was the experience for you just to be on stage and then be part of that community? You said that you just became familiar with it when you were invited. So what was that experience like, just to go through it, to be on the big stage, to be in that community, and then 7 years have passed, and you've obviously become more connected. But what was it like just as a human being getting to speak there?
Well, I suppose ignorance is a little bit bliss in my case, because now when I get to present at TED, the stakes are so much higher. It's I was nervous, of course, but the TED audience wants to love you. They want to love you, and it's a warm, engaged, compassionate, energized, dynamic audience. So they laughed when they should have. They clapped. I mean, it was once I got started, it was perfect. It was fun. It was terrific talking to a big group of friends. But I think every year the stakes get higher, and I look at the people up on the stage now, and I just think, whew, this is scary. What about you guys? Would you be scared up there?
Yeah.
We're going to be.
Definitely.
It's good. It's good though. You get a lot of energy from the audience, and once you get going and you've got something to say, you have fun up there. But I'll tell you that my heart was just pumping right out of my blazer before getting up on the stage.
Do you all?
So, the oil spill obviously has been huge lately. Have you got to be involved in the cleanup or anything?
Well, I have not directly, although I've been working with friends and sending lots of hair and fur. Do you guys know about that project?
Yeah. I want to see the hair.
Yeah, Matter of Trust is based out of San Francisco, so that's just up the road from me. And so last week we sent about 30 pounds of hair, and so I love that idea. All this wasted material that you can just pop in pantyhose and try to staunch the flow. So some of that, and certainly involved with signing petitions and raising awareness. At Geographic, we have a big, National Geographic, who I work with a lot, we have a big ocean awareness campaign. So getting the word out for people to keep track of legislation and do what they can. But I also have very small children, so my ability to go leave the family on expeditions is somewhat thwarted. I've got a little 1-year-old that's still nursing, so I do what I can, but I'm trying to stay closer to home. There are lots and lots of solutions. Oh, I see.